We're going to talk about graphic templates. Once again, we're doing this to save a lot of time for us. And as you can see on the screen, I have two graphic templates at the top. And this is something I started doing just this week, like literally a couple of days ago. I had a lot of graphic templates that I didn't use. I would create a lot of templates and it would be the same templates for every single video. And I thought, okay, I need to learn this. And I did. Now I'm going to explain this to you. You will see that I have a rectangle stroke and I have a text highlight. And it's just something that is used so often for me, but I would create this every single time, especially the text highlight. It would take like a couple of minutes to create every single time. Imagine if I save 5 minutes every time I do it, and I do it almost every day. 5 minutes every day, that's like 30 minutes per week. Really significant. Let's say we have a screenshot of the United States. We take a screenshot and we put it in here. We can zoom in a little bit so that there is no me and then there's nothing on top or the bottom, like these lines here. Okay, looks great. And by the way, the one shortcut that I didn't tell you about is using the L button to make it full scale. So what do we have for L? Toggle full screen. So search for toggle full screen. This one is L. So whenever I press L, it makes it full screen. So now we'll come to the graphic templates. This one is just a regular rectangle. I just made sure that it is the way I like it, and I can just resize it, put it into position. So instead of me coming here and, creating a rectangle, right now it has the same effects, but in the very beginning it would be something like gray, something like that. And I would have to click here. This would be gray as well. I would put a certain color. I'd have to zoom in, increase it in size, make the rounded edges. So instead of doing this every single time, I can just drag it in and it's done, and just have to resize it. Super, super useful. And then the other one is called a text highlight. So this is the one. I just resize it to something like this, and now we have a highlighting text. The way you can save presets here is, let's say you create a new one, something like this. We'll make sure it's white. Actually, let's make it red. Why not? We need multiply, and this way we have this sort of transparent color. It's usually done with yellow, so let's make sure it's yellow. Something like that for the highlight. Then you would apply a crop effect. Then you come to the effects control. Then you animate the crop effect. So we use the crop. So we will crop from the right. We'll set a keyframe somewhere in the future. So we want to make sure it disappears. Then we come to the next keyframe. Want to make sure it appears, but so something like that. Oop. Perfect. And now what we can do, right click, export as motion graphic template. Saving the project. We'll give it a name. We'll call it test. We'll include the video preview and we'll save it to the local templates folder. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening with my computer. It's lagging significantly, so I will just cancel. But you get the idea. And then you will just have it saved here. I didn't have a problem with this before. I'm not sure what exactly is happening, but you can save it here. Let's try again to export. Yeah, something's wrong with my computer. It takes like a second to save it usually. So you would have it here, then you just drag it in and you have it saved. You can do a lot of different stuff with motion graphics and with graphic templates. Whenever you do, just save it as a preset and you'll be able to reuse it in the future. And by the way, you can also come to websites like Envato, like Artlist, like Motion Ray. They have their own templates already. The links will be in the resource section, so you can come to something like Envato Elements. Let's search for name, video templates, probably something in here. So we use Premiere Pro, we have different names. So if you have a subscription, you can just come here, click on download and add it to Premiere Pro and then reuse it in the future. Or you can create your own custom one. In terms of motion templates for After Effects, to be honest, this isn't something I use. This is something that you can do. And the way you can do it is you open Essential Graphics, Slate Composition, Export Motion Graphics template. You export it, and there are some sort of limitations. If you created a motion graphic template in Premiere Pro, you are unable to use it in After Effects. And if it was created in After Effects, you can use it in After Effects, but with some limitations as well. So this isn't something I use in After Effects. It's more or less it's way easier with sort of animation, so you don't need to create templates as much, in my opinion, at least. So this is something that you can do, and you just do it here. If you have any questions, let me know, but other than that, I'll see you in the next video. In this video, we're going to talk about shortcuts. Shortcuts both in Premiere Pro and in After Effects. First of all, in order to get to shortcuts, you need to come to the top here, and then you have keyboard shortcuts. On Windows, I believe it's Premiere Pro, Preferences, and then keyboard shortcuts. And you can see that this is the shortcut that we have to open shortcuts. So I have to press Option Command K. This is our keyboard shortcuts. And you can see that on PC, it's Control Alt K. Try it out. If it doesn't work, come to Premiere Pro, Preferences, Keyboard Shortcuts. Okay, so let's open keyboard shortcuts. And then we'll do the same in After Effects, but here we need to press Option, Command, and, well, I'm not sure what this is called. We need to press this thing. I'm not sure what it's called, but you get the idea. Okay, so we have shortcuts here, and we have shortcuts here. I created a lot of custom shortcuts for myself. Some of the shortcuts that are created by Premiere Pro automatically, it's great, but some of them I feel like it can be a lot better. So for example, I'm not sure what was here originally, but for 1, 2, and 3, I have shadow left, shadow stop, shadow right. Then I have for Q, W, and E, ripple trim, add edit, and ripple trim. And I can give you a quick example. If I add a video, I know, let's add some sort of song here. It doesn't really matter. So with these shortcuts, if I press on 3, it will start playing. If I press on 2, it will pause. If I press on 1, as you can see, it will go backwards because the playhead is going backwards. If I press on W, it will make a cut. So I'm just pressing W's, it's making a lot of cuts. If I press on E, it will cut everything to the right of a playhead until the end of the clip. So like this. If I want to cut it here, I press on E, and you can see that this clip, it's moving to the left as well. So there's no sort of space like this. It moves automatically to the left. So it works both ways. If I press on Q, it will cut everything to the left, and then everything will move to the left as well. It saves a ton of time. Other shortcuts I have colors. Let's open shortcuts again. So as you can see, I have for command 1, I have purple color. For command 2, I have mango color. And then for command and then this key, I have iris. I have 3 different colors. And it's to make sure I can see things in the timeline better, that things are more organized. Instead of it being one color, I know that specific things are specific color. I can mark it very quickly instead of right-clicking, labeling it, and then going to mango, right? I can just press command 2, select command 2, command 1, or command and then the weird icon. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can see it's changing colors. For command 3 and 4, I have is in and is out. You know that when you do stuff in the effects control panel and let's say you do scale, and we'll put this one to 120. By the way, let me show you one more shortcut. For 4 and 5, I have select previous keyframe and then select next keyframe. And then when I'm here, I can just press on 4 and 5 and move between these keyframes instead of having to, go like this and trying to find the exact point or pressing shift and finding. I can just press 4 and 5. And then I can press command 3, command 4, and it becomes interpolation. So it's basically is in and is out. And now it's a smooth zoom instead of it being abrupt. This one looks weird. It's not easing in or easing out. So I can just select this keyframe. I can select this keyframe, ease in, ease out. And the shortcut I have for this is Command 3. So keyframe, temporal, interpolation, ease out. This is for 3. And then for 4, the same thing, but ease in. Then I just press Command 3 and Command 4. And the way you search for these is you just keyframe, temporal, yes, this is the one. So I have a shortcut here. You can just click on something like a new shortcut, then press Command 6. You can see I added Command 6 and it was added here. If I delete it, I press on Command, it disappears here as well. Okay, so we'll cancel that. You will see that when you open Premiere, it looks something like this. And I absolutely hate the way it looks. I love it when it's like this. And I have a shortcut for it. I don't like when the files on the timeline are huge. I like when it's small. I can see the whole timeline. I can like zoom out. And by the way you can zoom out is by pressing Option and sliding with your mouse. Instead of doing it like this, you can just slide with your mouse by pressing Option. And if you press Command, you can go up and down with this one. I can go up and then press Command and go down. But let's talk about the timeline. Press on Shift to make it big or super small. And then by pressing Option or Command, we can make it bigger and bigger and a bit bigger. So we press Option plus, Command plus, that makes it bigger. If we press Option minus, Option and Command minus, Option minus, Command minus, it makes it smaller. And then once we are satisfied with the way it looks, and we can also select this, press an Option, arrow keys up and down to make sure that other tracks are selected as well. You can see it's kind of in different size right now, so I just pressed on Shift plus, Shift minus, and now Command plus, Option plus. This is the way we want it to look. Come here, save preset, give it a name. You can assign a keyboard shortcut right away or not, it doesn't matter. Once you save that, you will have your shortcut here. As you can see, I have 3 different shortcuts. Press on Manage Presets. These are my presets, and then here I can give a shortcut. So I have 1, 2, and 3. And then in order to assign a specific letter, I come to Shortcuts. I search for track height. Yes. Track height preset. And then I have 1, 2, and 3. And I just have specific keyboard shortcuts. So I have K, J, and H. And so for K, this is what we have right now. For J, it's the audio. And then for H is the video. So instead of me having to move things like that, if I want to look down, I can just press on K, J, or H. And it's, as you can see, it's like it saves so much time. It's unbelievable, just with shortcuts. Another shortcut I use is Option A, and I believe it was a different one in the beginning, but Option A. So it's replaced with After Effects Composition. Instead of clicking here, replacing it with After Effects Composition, I could just press Select, press Option A, boom. It opened it in After Effects. It's asking me to save this project, and I mean, it's unbelievable. It says that there is an error because I pressed on cancel. If I didn't press on cancel, I saved it, everything would work fine. Other shortcuts I have is if I press Option 1, it will switch between different folders here. So let's say I have a folder or I have a bin. I'll put this stuff in the folder. I'll have something else open. So let's say I come here, but I want to go into the project folder. So I'll press on Option 1. It is this shortcut. It's called Projects. So it's this one. You can just search for the same one, put it in. When you have more stuff open, let's say you have this folder as well, you have a lot of folders here and you have to like click here and search for it. I absolutely hate that. So I just press on option 1 and it switches between different folders, as you can see. You can also close panel so that it doesn't take space here. It still is saved like within the folder. It's just you don't have a lot of mess there. If I press option 2, it opens the effects panel. This saves, once again, so much freaking time. Option 2, this is the effects. Let's search for effects. It's this one, window effects. Then for number 3, option 3, I have properties. So if I select this one, it's this kind of properties. It's really useful when you want to kind of set the size. So let's say we have it like not at 0, but like something like this, and I want to make sure it's full size. So I just press option 3, put it here, or if I want to crop it, like at the top, something like that. Then for option 4, I have effect controls panel. So I can quickly switch between these two instead of going with the mouse and searching, you know, like that. Just a couple of shortcuts, saves a lot of time. Properties, that should be in the window. Yes, as you can see. Option 3, then we have effects controls. Option 4. Then for option 5, I have text. It's this one, option 5. And then for option 6, what else do I have? Graphic templates. This is, I added this one yesterday. Yes, window graphic templates. So whenever I press on option 5, it opens the text panel, and if there was some text, I would be able to search for text. If there was a text, I'd be able to add captions, or I can search for specific words that I'm saying. And we would go into a transcript and we would search for specific words here. So if, let's say we have a 1 hour long video and we need a specific phrase, we don't know where it's located. So we can just search it for here, and we can create captions as well. If I press option 6, we have graphic templates, and I'll show you how to do these a little bit later. Also, you know, we can zoom into something like this, and if I press option F, it will reset it back to normal. Instead of pressing here, we can just press option F, it zooms back. We can also press here and press on Command R. It will give us these guys to make sure things are in the middle or in specific position, but we have to press here every time. So if we're here and we press Command R, it doesn't work. Other shortcuts are Command R when we're here. It controls the speed. So instead of pressing here, searching for speed and duration, we can just press Command R, set it to 100. That's it. For loudness, we can press G, and it's audio gain. Once again, instead of coming here and searching for audio gain, we can just press Command G, just G. You probably know about Command Z or Control Z or Command Shift Z or Control Shift Z. So let's say I got it to the right, I press Command Z, or if I want to undoing, I press Command Shift Z. Once you have these shortcuts and you learn them, I can guarantee it will save you at least, I mean, if you work like 40 hours a week, it will save you at least like 5 hours a week, maybe even more, maybe even 10 hours a week. Because each movement you cut not just in half in terms of time, you cut it significantly. You cut it like 3-4 times in terms of time. Now, let's go back to After Effects. In After Effects, once again, if we open shortcuts, there we go. There's one really big shortcut that I use. For After Effects, I really recommend you downloading this plugin. It's next level. It will save you so much time. Once again, for both Windows and Apple users. Okay, I'll create new composition. Doesn't matter what it is. I'll put some text here, and I can press Command Enter to stop typing in. Let's say I put things in the middle, or by the way, it doesn't matter. And then I select whatever I want, like one specific file or potentially even a couple of files. I'm not sure if we can do it with a couple of files, but we'll try it out. So I press Control Command Space. and something appears here. And here, I can search for effects. Instead of coming here and searching for all the different effects, or like searching for effects here, I can come here and search for a typewriter effect. And then I can just press on enter and it will work. And press on U to make sure we open whatever animation we have. And we have a typewriter effect. When I learned about this, it it blew my mind. Another shortcut I often use is Option W. Actually, it's Command D to copy something. So let's see if we cannot do this plugin for 2 selected options. It's only 1 at a time, but still really good. So Command D to copy, and then we have Option W, and it opens a rotor brush tool. Then I can just double click on something and I can rotor brush it. Because we don't have anything to rotor brush, it doesn't work right now. I can press it once or I can press it twice and you can see it changes. So Option W, and now we have the Refine Edge tool. The Refine Edge is usually used for hair. Then obviously V for the selection tool. In order to cut, I press Shift Command D and it makes a cut. I can press on T to open opacity, S, P, R, A, and as you can see, it's 1 at a time. If I want lots of different options to appear on the screen, I have to press Shift as well. So let's say we have anchor point, Shift, S, P, T, and R. And instead of opening it here and opening the transform, we can just press whatever we need here. Saves a ton of time. And then let's say we are finished here and want to go to File, Export, Add to Render Queue. I can just press this shortcut, which is Option E for me. So I press Option E and it's done. Instead of having to go there and pressing here every single time, Add to Render Queue. You just search for this one and you add it to the render queue. Also, like in Premiere Pro, when you come to exports, you have your different presets here, exporting presets. You can also, by the way, if you don't know how to do this in Premiere Pro, create your own preset, change a couple of things here, and then save preset, give it a name, and you'll have it in your presets here in exporting. The same we can do for After Effects. And to be honest, the best that I found works is this preset, high quality with alpha. Usually it's not selected for you. You want to make sure you select it from this list here and then press on make template, and it will be your template from now on. What this does is when something is transparent, for example, like this one, this is transparent. Whenever I export it, it will have a transparent background, but whenever something has background, it will export something with a background. Let's say if we search for just high quality and you have something with transparent background, it's not going to be transparent. It will have a black background if you use high quality here. But if you use high quality with alpha, it will have a transparent background. Instead of having to switch it every time, it saves a ton of time. Obviously, I also have Premiere Composer installed here. I have it installed in Premiere Pro as well. Extensions, Premiere Composer. I have Motion Duck as well. Don't really use Motion Duck, but Premiere Composer is really good. You can search for it online. Premiere Composer. It's this one, Mr. Horse. Download it, install it. Straightforward. And then something I probably should have mentioned in the very beginning, but obviously you can move things around in both Premiere Pro and After Effects. Like you can move this panel around, you can switch between different workspaces, you can customize your workspaces in Premiere Pro as well. You can add different workspaces here. You can come to Window and then add all sorts of stuff here. So instead of having to go to a different workspace, like an audio workspace, like instead of having to go here, I can just be in the vertical one or in the editing one. This is where I spend most of my time. And I can just come to Essential Sound and click on here. And it's literally exactly the same as having the audio workspace open. I know that this one has been a bit intense. If you have any questions, be sure to leave those in the Q&A section below. But other than that, I will see you in the next video. It's been about a week since I started using templates, and I created a number of templates, as you can see here. So I just want to walk you through some of them. First of all, I added arrows, and the way you do any of that, first of all, we need a sequence. So I'll come here, press here, sequence, 1080, 24 pixels, 24 frames a second works, press OK. Now, whenever I drag anything here, it will appear. So as you can see, I have an arrow. Super easy to do. You basically need to create, let me select this, you need to create a graphic. As you can see here, it says graphic. I'm not sure how to create it. Just the graphic file without a file. You'll see what I mean. So we need to create like a graphic. I need to select it like that and delete it. And I need it to be empty. And then I can come here, press on file, add an arrow, just search from a file, and you will have it. And then you save it. Let's say I want to add a check mark. I import it. There you go. Now it is imported as a graphic, and now I just can come here, press on export, save it. Instead of having to add it every single time, I can just press on graphic templates and add it from here. So that's what I did with arrows. Then I did the same thing with specific text like that, where it's animated, super great. So you just create an animation, then export, save it, super. Then I added another arrow. I just added like a white shadow so that you can see it because the arrow is black. Because if we add a color matte, make it white. Oops, it was added here, but it's okay. If I add it like this, you can see it's a black arrow. By the way, you can also add a video. So this arrow was initially a video. I added as a graphic template, saved it, and it works perfectly. And then I also did the same thing with a lot of different logos, because I use logos quite often. And when you download logos from the internet, they're different sizes. And in order to keep them the same size, in the same position, I just created one, like a ChatGPT. You'll see it appears, it's animated. And then the way I would go about this is select it. I would just add a file, import it here. I made sure it's the same size. So I would click on one of them. Let's say we had two ChatGPTs. I would select one of them, made sure they are the same size. I would delete the previous one and I would save the new one. So that's what I did. Then I also added a couple of other stuff. Here's the like a screenshot, which actually saves also a lot of time. And the best thing about this, the very, very, very best thing about this is that you don't have to keep these files on your computer. Once you save it as a graphic template, you can delete it from your computer and forget about this, because I'm not even sure where the screenshot is located. And I have another one, which I cannot show you. It's this one here, but it's quite sensitive information there, I believe. I also deleted these files. You don't have to keep it on your computer. The way you create these folders, you will see that your local templates folder, this will be the one forever. The other, you might have other folders. You can just right click and click on remove or reveal in Finder as well. So this is the original one that you have. Let me close this. This is the what you have in Premiere Pro, but you don't have to use it. You can just create a folder on your computer, and this is something that I did. So I created a folder, Motion Graphics, Premiere Pro, PR. So these are circle icons, and you will see that I have it here. In order to add a new folder, you just click here. Yeah, add additional folder. You click here, search it in your computer, find the folder. It will be empty, and that's okay. Because whenever you save, export as a motion graphic template, you can create a destination. As you can see here, destination, it says overlay. We'll take a look when it loads. Yes, so we have a couple of different ones. You can also local drive, browse, and then search. Then it will be saved. So as simple as that. You can see this is what I did in a week. Imagine what I'll have like in a month or potentially even more time. It's real, like This thing alone will save me so much time. It's unbelievable. And one more thing about folders is about you can select which folders, circle icons, local templates. By the way, I should probably move this one, the key search, to overlay, because that's going to be an overlay. Anyway, this is super useful. I think Adobe will update it to make things a bit easier in the future, because right now it's pretty straightforward to use. It's just not super convenient. So this thing alone, literally this thing alone, if you do it for a month, it will save you hours and hours. Potentially even this thing alone will save you 10 hours per week, because it's insane how good it is. So if you have any questions, be sure to leave those in the Q&A section below. But other than that, I will see you in the next video. Welcome to Premiere Pro and After Effects Productivity course. As you may already know, my name is Vlad, and I'm so grateful that you've chosen me to be your instructor on this exciting journey ahead. This course has the ability to change your life. Time is your most valuable asset, yet so much of it gets wasted on manual, repetitive tasks. This course is designed to change that. With techniques used in this course, you can save up to 10 hours per week with automation, custom shortcuts, and smarter workflows. I cannot stress it enough. Imagine saving 10 hours per week and avoiding boring manual work. Instead, you'll have more time to focus on creativity and high-impact work. And before we get started, just a few things. First, this course is laid out to be as complete and chronological as possible. We'll be covering presets, shortcuts, templates, organization, artificial intelligence, and so much more. Also keep in mind that you can adjust the speed and the quality of each video in the settings icon in the bottom right corner of your screen, in case you want to increase or decrease the speed of each video. If you have any questions, be sure to leave those in the Q&A section below. Finally, I want to ask you to leave your honest feedback about this course once you have a feel for the material. Reviews are a lifeblood of this course and will help future students in deciding what's the best course for them. So if you find the material valuable, please take 60 seconds to leave your honest feedback. I hope you're excited. Without further ado, let's get to the first video.
Welcome to the world of video editing, where creativity meets technology. In today's digital age, videos are an essential tool for expressing ideas, communicating with others, and entertaining audiences. If you have a passion for storytelling and want to make your mark in the world of media, then video editing is the perfect career for you. Video editing is the art of manipulating and rearranging video shots to create a new work. Whether you are creating a promotional video, a short film, or a YouTube channel, video editing can help you turn your raw footage into a polished and professional final product. In this course, we will guide you through the process of becoming a professional video editor using Adobe Premiere Pro. Throughout the course, you will learn various techniques to enhance your video editing skills, such as selecting and manipulating footage, adjusting audio levels, adding special effects and transitions, color grading, and motion graphics. You will also develop your creativity and storytelling abilities with Adobe Premiere Pro as our software of choice. You will have access to a vast array of tools and features to create a professional quality video. Adobe Premiere Pro is widely used by professionals in the industry, and it offers a user-friendly interface, collaboration, and sharing capabilities with other Adobe products. By the end of this course, you will have a portfolio of polished and engaging videos that showcase your skills and creative vision. Whether you want to launch your own YouTube channel, or work in film industry, or simply impress your friends and family, this course will equip with essential knowledge and expertise to become the master of art of video editing. So are you ready to unleash your creativity and take your video editing skills to the next level?
If you're watching this, it means you've made it through the entire course content, so congratulations to you. I hope by now you've seen the life-changing ability of this material, but there's one last thing to do, and it's to take action. As Confucius said, a journey of 1000 miles begins with a single step. So if you haven't already, take your first step by doing just one of the things we've covered. Create shortcuts, templates, organize files, do at least one thing. All the best information in the world means nothing if you don't act on it, and even small steps lead to massive outcomes. Now that you've gone through the course, I also want to ask you to take 60 seconds to leave your honest feedback about this course. I would appreciate this so much, and this will help hundreds of future students in deciding what's the best course for them. So if you haven't already, please do that now. Remember, I'm here for your success, so if there's anything you need, be sure to reach out in the Q&A section below. Wishing you all the best and looking forward to your success. Welcome. In this video, we're going to talk about file organization. It's important for a couple of reasons. The biggest reason is your own headache. When you don't know where files are located, it takes a lot of brain energy to remember, then to find it, and it's not the most convenient thing when it comes to editing. Secondly, if you rename a file or a folder and it was in your project in Premiere Pro or in After Effects, it will tell you that the file is lost, and you will see the red screen of Premiere Pro and After Effects. And if you have things organized, it will be a lot easier for you to find these things. Let's take a look. First of all, it's really important to name your folders. As you can see on the screen, I have a folder with screenshots. For editing, I have a lot of different folders, and I have folders within folders within folders, and everything is named just to make sure that I don't have to spend a lot of time. And something we'll do in the future videos is create shortcuts to these folders, or we will search for these folders instead of going to the folders and doing with the arrows or doing it with your mouse. You'll be able to just search for the folder and find it. So naming the folders is extremely important. Name it something that works for you. It doesn't matter what you name it as long as you can remember it. That's the most important thing. Just to make sure that everything is organized for you, because you'll be working with that. But one thing I recommend you do is to add emojis. For example, the screenshots folder has a camera. For editing, I have tools. And then for save zones, it's just kind of different zones for different social media. So I just have kind of a rectangle because that represented it the best. Then I have the check mark and the X. And you can see instead of kind of having what I have here at the bottom, this is this tab that I rarely use, so I just didn't come to name these files. But it's way easier to look here at the check mark and at the X than to search through loads of text here. Arrows, music. So you can see that every emoji represents a certain thing. If you don't know what emojis exist, first of all, you can come to this website. It's called Emojipedia. You can search for different emojis here. Book, for instance. Then you just click on a book, you copy it, and then you enter it. If you're a Windows user, you can press Windows plus period. And the same on Mac, you can press Control Command Space. So it will be like this. This window will pop up and you can search for different stuff like money, and then just enter it here. And if you're still having trouble coming up with emojis, you can just ask ChatGPT. Give me an emoji that represents, let's say, the word background. Okay, frame, scenery, computer. It's okay. It doesn't necessarily have to be like exactly that thing, because not all the emojis exist, but you can search for, let's see what else we can add here. Icons, okay. So we can just copy this text that represents the word icon. Yeah, I'd use something like this, or like a label. Works great. Symbols, let's ask it for more. I'd use something like this. Masks, not sure. Stars, maybe. It doesn't have to be an exact representation. It just has to remind you of that thing. And also I'll give you an example of real projects, YouTube projects. For example, long-form videos. We have the name of the client, then I have long-form videos. The orange circle represents that the video is in the process, and then the check mark, literally like a check mark, like this check mark, would be when the video is done. You can see that we have After Effects. We have different After Effects projects working on a video, and then we have downloads. downloads are just things that I downloaded from the internet, like B-rolls. Download 2 and 3, these are different versions. So when we work in video, there's a V1, and that's just downloads. Then we have a V2, so this would be downloads 2 or downloads V2. Let me just show you that I have exports as well here. So we have V1, V2, V3, and things are organized. And now let's go back to downloads. The reason I have different downloads is because when I work on any project, I download things from the internet, I have it in the downloads folder and in the screenshots folder, because I take screenshots, then we download a lot of extra stuff. Whenever I finish with the video, I put these files into a folder to make sure things are organized, so that my downloads folder, as you can see right now, it's empty. See, it's empty. When I'm working on like 5 different projects, I cannot keep all the files in one folder. I want to make sure things are organized. So I put them into the folder, and then whenever I open Premiere Pro again, it will say that files cannot be found. And I will just direct them into the specific folder where I put all the files, and it saves a ton of time. If you have any questions, be sure to leave those in the Q&A section below. But other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Welcome. In this video, we're going to talk about presets. Just like with all the other tips, you'll save a lot of time using presets. And presets is what you find in the effects folder. Presets are what you find in the effects folder. If you open this folder, you have all your presets here. I have some of the older presets that I don't use, and I have some of the new ones. So let me give you an explanation. First of all, how can you save presets? Let's say you have your clip, you go to the effects control panel, you have your scale to 130, and you want to make sure that this is saved as a preset. So you right click, save preset, give it a name, we'll call it 130, it appears here. So now we can reset the motion, and actually we can just delete everything. And now whenever we apply this preset by dragging it here, you'll see that we have this preset here and you have the name here. You can save a number of effects together and create a bigger preset in a way. So let's say we use Lumetri color. We drag it in, we make this video gray, and we'll use, what else? Transform effect. We'll use this one. We'll drag it in. We'll increase this Q. So now we can select the transform effect, and we can select the Lumetri color. I select 2 of them with the command. Right click, save preset. We'll call it the same. No, let's call 150. So now we have 150 here. And now I can delete the transform, I can delete the Lumetri color, and then whenever I drag 150, we have this effect. And by the way, it also works with audio. I have an audio preset here, which looks, this icon looks slightly different from the other ones. It's called lower music for voice. So let's say I have parametric equalizer. I drag it in, I do some adjustments here. I want to save it as a preset, give it a name, it will be saved here as well. Now let's talk about more specific cases. First of all, I'll give you a better example. We'll have a color matte with a white background. We'll just drag it in, increase it in size. We'll create a couple of shapes just for you to see what's happening on the screen. Okay, we have something like this. Now we'll just make it big. Actually, we don't need it that big, so we can come here. Now, let's create an adjustment layer and drag it in like this. Now, if I go to the effects panel, I have ease in and ease out. It's just something I called, but actually it's just kind of a zoom in to 120 and to the scale of 120, and zoom out to a scale of 120. So let's see. Okay, you can see it's a very smooth zoom. And now if I use another adjustment layer, I put it here, and I use zoom out, ease out, sorry. very cool. By the way, if you want to have a very smooth zoom in and zoom out, you need to open kind of the scale or the position, whatever keyframes you have. You need to open this thing here, this triangle, and then click on one of them and then do this adjustment, because in the beginning it looks something like this, and you need to make it more sort of, the shape needs to be like this instead of being like this, so it's smooth in the beginning. Okay, how on earth do you create this one? So if you go to transform, and first of all we'll add an adjustment layer, we'll go add the transform effect, we come here, then we increase the scale, we put 2 keyframes, some time passes, 120, we used command 3, command 4 to ease in, ease out, then we use this thing here, as you can see, it's smooth, now we save it as a preset, boom, and that's done. One very important thing about presets is that, let's say this clip, as you can see here, it's 5 seconds long. If I save a preset and I apply it to a clip that is twice as long, the effect is going to take twice as long, so it's going to be stretched out. I'll give you an example. So we'll have an adjustment layer, but this one will make it 10 seconds. So put this one to 0 and this one to 10. So it's 10 seconds long, and we will apply the same ease in effect. And you can see it is a lot slower. You just want to make sure that you know that when you do it. I know there is a way to make sure that it doesn't stretch out like that. However, I was not able to find that out. If I do find that out, there will be an update in the videos. Now, we have ease in, ease out. We have a light sweep text effect. So let's say I have some text here. I will make sure it is bold, it is black, something like that, doesn't really matter. So whenever I apply this light sweep text, you'll see that we have this light sweep happening. I have certain effects for my own stuff, then we have motion presets, actually no, position in, position out. So let's say we want to position in these graphics. So I will apply position in left. Actually, no, we need to make it 5 seconds long, because remember the explanation. So we'll make it 5 seconds long and position in left. Actually, we can delete these adjustment layers. And stuff is appearing on the screen. The same I have for position out, position in bottom, position in left. These are just the most often ones I used. As you can see, I don't have the position out bottom, but it's quite easy to create one. It will be easier to do with the color matte. So I'll copy the color matte. I'll make sure it is 5 seconds. Okay, it's 5 seconds long. We will add an adjustment layer, the transform effect here. We put the position in, and then this is the final keyframe that we want to have. And the reason why we're doing this is because it's a bit hard to explain, but I'll try to explain. So we move it out of the frame, make sure it's fully out of frame, and then it comes into frame. Is in, is out, we can click this button, put it to 180 or the maximum of 360, and you will see that we have this sort of motion blur. If I put this one to 0, there's no motion blur, and 360, a lot of motion blur. It's just the effect that you can create. Once again, then you click on save. If we were to animate these guys and create a preset for these guys, you want to make sure that you have your, well, once again, we'll apply the effect. You cannot see the whole sort of frame around them, because if I select the vector motion, you can see, and you want to make sure that this end goes beyond the edge of the sequence. Because let's say the triangle goes away, but it's not the whole sort of sequence that went away. If it's not the whole sequence, then let's say in the future you have a graphic around here, like around here. But because you were creating this preset based on the triangle that's a bit to the left, you will have your triangles start to appear from here. It's going to be a little bit weird, and I know it's a bit hard to explain, so once again, if you have any questions, be sure to leave those below. It's way easier to create these position in and position out keyframes with a color matte or just something that takes the whole frame. Let's go back to effects. Some of the other really useful effects is, these are, by the way, these are not my presets, these are by Isaac. Actually, I might be mispronouncing his name, but these are really great. We'll add an adjustment layer, and let's say we want to add these presets. It's like bouncy zoom in, then I really like these movements, like 3D. It works really well with screenshots. So actually, let's take a screenshot of this screen, and we'll just add it in. So here's our screenshot. We'll make sure we can see it. And now if we apply this effect, you'll see what it does. Really kind of cool zoom in to show what's happening on the screen. The way you can add this is, by the way, let's take a look. It's basic 3D and transform effect. You just animate these two and these two, and that's it. You play around with these, pretty simple to do. Then you can create a lot of different presets like these here. Then you'll see that I have Mac screenshots and Mac video. Because I take a lot of screenshots from the web, let's come here and take a look. Let's say I take a screenshot, and I take a screenshot of another platform, something like this. And you'll see the difference is that here I had no tabs, and with Envato I have 2 tabs. So I'll take both of them, I'll put them here, I'll make sure they fit the screen. Okay, so both fit the screen. And you can see that for this platform we have nothing at the top, and for Envato we have our links sort of at the top here. You will see that the screenshot is not perfect. You can see kind of the top, you can see the bottom, and I want to make sure that these parts are not visible. So when I was creating these presets, is I would scale it down to something like this, maybe go a bit down, and I want to make sure that the links at the top are not visible. And if I apply the same motion to this clip, actually it did work out because there's this ad right now. But if the ad, let's say we want to capture the ad in full essence. Okay, so we copy the motion, we apply it to this one. But you can see we have our links at the top. So we have 2 different screenshots. We have Mac screenshot 1, which is the one on the left. So if I delete this, actually, if I just reset, apply Mac screenshot, this is what we have. And if I do the same here, but Mac screenshot 2, okay, we need to, yes, 1920 by 1080. I need to rescale everything. Now you see that things are absolutely perfect. There are no links at the top. So just something you have to do. And then whenever we're talking about Mac video, it's just because it records in a different resolution, I just have a different preset for that. Then I also have slow zoom-ins. So if we add an adjustment layer, once again, the adjustment layer is 5 seconds to make sure that we know exactly what kind of preset we're using. So you can see I have 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and I have zoom out. So these are zoom ins, these are zoom in, this is zoom out. If I apply this zoom in effect, you'll see that, okay, so what is going on? Oh, the adjustment layer is smaller. Okay, so we need to delete the adjustment layer and create another adjustment layer that is the size of our sequence. Now if I go to the effects, slow zoom in, you'll see that we're zooming in slowly. However, if I use the same adjustment layer and I apply the one for 15 seconds, you'll see it will zoom in a lot faster. So what we had before, slow zoom in, really cool. And after, too much of a zoom in. So the way you save these presets is you create an adjustment layer, add a transform effect, and you make sure that this is 10 seconds long. Or 15 seconds, whatever works for you. And now, if you do any kind of adjustments and you save it as a preset, the next time you add it to an adjustment layer that is 10 seconds long, everything will work fine. The other important thing about presets is making sure things are organized, just like with your files in your folders, the same thing here. So you want to make sure you create folders. You have, for example, position in, out. The way you can create folders is just right click, new preset bin, and give it a name. Let me show you. New preset bin, click here, click on this folder, it will create a bin here. If I click on any of the folders and I create a preset bin, it will create a preset bin inside of it. So that's not something I need. It doesn't matter to me what kind of names you give, just make sure you can find what you're looking for. Now, in terms of shortcuts, it's very similar in After Effects to Premiere Pro. You select the file that you want, you go to the effects controls, you either search something for here, or let's say we have a range selector here, actually animator, and then we can click on it. You can come to effects and presets, and then we can save animation preset, give it a name, and you will have it in animation presets, user presets. You will have it here. As you can see, I have a couple of presets. I don't really use presets in After Effects that much because, first of all, usually I create something from scratch, and then the second thing, they have so many great effects here that I don't need to create kind of my own effects, custom effects. So I just come here and that's it. That's it for this video. If you have any questions, be sure to leave those below. But other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Welcome. In this video, we're going to talk about templates. And it's not something that's saved in Premiere Pro or After Effects, but it is a whole project that you create in Premiere Pro or After Effects, and then you reuse it in the future. Let's take a look. So let's say we created this map, we animated it somehow, and we want to reuse it in the future. First of all, what you can do is you can export, and you can export it as a video. That would be perfect to go. Then in the project that you are working on, you would just find it in your files, just drag it in here, perfect. However, if you want to make a change in this file, let's say you want to update it, you want to make sure that you save the whole project somewhere as well. So we have our test project here. I'll just save it and I will close it. I will come to Documents, Adobe, Premiere Pro 2025, and I will search for test. You can see we have a lot of different saves, but this is our project file. And what I would do is I would copy it, Control D, Command D, sorry. This is the copy, I'll put it here, and I would create a separate folder, but I would have this project file, I would have the files that were used in this project, and then whenever I open it, you can see that we have the same screenshot here, but this one is called test copy because we just copied it. And this is one way to do it. The other way to do it is to go into the File Project Manager. With the Project Manager, you create the sequence, and you are saying that you will collect the files and copy them to a new location. You browse the location, you come to desktop, create new folder, call it test. Okay, and then you choose this folder. Make sure that you have selected include the audio, previews, files, include everything. Yes, collect files and copy to new location. Perfect. Okay, we'll press OK. And now we'll come to this test and you will see that we have our project file here. We have our file used and we have our previews. We have other previews, but instead of collecting things manually, you can just come here and it will collect everything that's used in this project. It will put into one folder and you'll just be able to reuse it in the future. It saves like a ton of time, especially let's say you have a project that's 1 hour long, you use like 300 overlays and you want to make sure that you don't have to go manually, you just do something like this and it saves a ton of time. And the same with After Effects. Let's say you exported the video, you saved the project file somewhere else, you can just reopen it, do the changes, and it's good to go. If you have any questions, let me know, but other than that, I'll see you in the next video.
In this video, we will cover important concepts regarding video, frame, resolution, aspect ratio, and so much. So, let's talk about video first. So, video refers to the moving images that we see on screen. It is a sequence of still images called frames, played back at a certain speed, usually measured in frames per second. Now, what is frame? Frame is a single image that makes up part of a video. Videos are made up of multiple frames played back in quick succession to create the illusion of motion. Now, let's talk about resolution. Resolution refers to the number of pixels in a video frame. The higher the resolution, the sharper and more detailed the image. Common video resolutions include 720p, 1080p, and 4K. Now, let's talk about aspect ratio. Aspect ratio describes the portions of a video frame. Common aspect ratio includes 16:9, which is 720p and 1080p. The first number represents the width of frame, while the second number represents the height in aspect ratio. So, in 16:9, 16 represents the width of the frame and 9 represents the height of the frame. FPS stands for frames per second. We have already discussed it. So, it refers to the speed at which frames are played back in a video. Most videos play back at 24 fps, 30 fps and 60 fps. These three are most common. Video is a powerful medium for communicating information and telling stories. It has become increasingly popular in digital age as more and more people have access to smartphones and computers. So in a video, a higher frame rate means smoother motion, but it requires more processing power and storage space. Video producers and editors often time code to help organize and look at specific parts of a video. This is especially useful when working with long, complex videos that contain many different elements.
In this video, I want to talk about cloud storage solutions. Personally, I use Google Drive. My clients use Google Drive as well. And it doesn't really matter if you use Google Drive or if you use Dropbox or something else. You can probably download an app on your computer and make sure the files are saved on your computer. For example, I have a Google Drive here. I created a folder called Shortcuts. I can show you how to do that. Okay, so you just create a new folder, call it Shortcuts. You can put emoji once again to make sure things are organized, and you can see that some folders have emojis, others don't. That's because I'm in the process of adding a lot of the stuff. I've been adding it for the last 2 months. It's still not a done process because it's not like the only thing I do is to add emojis. I also work on other stuff and I change things sometimes. So, and then let's say your client sends files to you. So instead of downloading it from here, what you can do is you can press on organize, add a shortcut, then go to all locations, my drive, and then this is the shortcuts folder that I have here. So instead of coming here, downloading every file, or if you want to download 100 files, it will zip it. And then when it zips, it sometimes misses some of the files. So in order to avoid that, you come to Google Drive and then you just right-click, make available offline, and it will download it on your computer and will make sure all the files are saved. There's a little problem sometimes when I remember I was working on a project that weighed 700 gigabytes. In that case, it did lose a couple of folders. What I had to do is I would come back to the original folder, I would open all the files that were missing, and for some reason when you open a file, it loads here. Hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, please make sure to leave comments below. And what you have now is you have folders within folders that are downloaded, and you can see that we have all the files downloaded here, and we can just use it. It works the same on Mac as it does on Windows. So this is the way to use it, and make sure to use it. If you have any questions, let me know. But other than that, I'll see you in the next video. In this video, we're going to talk about ChatGPT. Oftentimes when I work on a number of different projects and when it becomes a bit intense, I start losing creativity. For me, creativity is basically coming up with ideas. When it's hard to come up with ideas, I sometimes come to ChatGPT and ask it for ideas. And there are a number of things I use it for. First of all, just overall general ideas. I also ask it how to visually represent certain things when I just don't know how to visually show what person is saying in the video. And last thing is movie scenes. Movie scenes is something I started using recently. It really elevates your video content, but in order to use it, you either have to know a lot of movies. I used to watch a lot of movies, but you still have to remember. And instead of remembering, you can just ask ChatGPT. So let's do a couple of examples. Give me inspiration for a video Ali Abdel style. Okay, I'm not even sure what I'm looking for here, but you can see I asked ChatGPT to give me an inspiration and it gives me all sorts of different ideas. I'm using Ali Abdel style because I really, really enjoy his style. Super minimalistic, great quality. How to edit like Ali Abdel in PR's Premiere Pro. Well, you can see you can ask ChatGPT for all sorts of stuff. It will come up with ideas, but you probably know that. Let's get into some more important stuff. Let's search for how to visually show the word tired. Interesting. Desaturated colors, blurred focus. Give me keywords for B-roll that represents the word tired. This is really good. Because sometimes when you search for different B-roll, you need to know exactly what you're looking for. And sometimes you don't know, especially, once again, when you're tired and you're losing your creativity. And you can ask things like this in ChatGPT. You'll probably get the idea. Physical exhaustion, yawning person, rubbing eyes. Like, this is really good. It's also an interesting thing that you oftentimes know what you're looking for, but you're limited by your creativity. And you see things just one way, but there are like 10 different things you can do. And then the last thing, let me show you, there's a website called Movie Clips. It's this one. You can search for Yes Man for a movie. It has different movie scenes. You can come here. If you like it, you can click on download. If it's free, you can use the low quality, press on download, and you can see it's downloaded literally in seconds. And in order to use this website, you have to search for certain movies, for certain characters, for certain scenes, but it's not always easy to do that, right? And so you just come back to ChatGPT and ask it, me a movie scene that represents ideal family. Actually, let's do like this. Let's copy, use this website to find this scene. Okay, Lilo and Stitch. Well, I wouldn't say that this is an ideal family. It's what it did. It has the words family, so it just searched the website and found this. You can probably get some new ideas by watching this and use ChatGPT in new ways, but word trip. It even gives us links. We can also give it extra instructions like make sure it's movies and not cartoons. Hangover. Yes. Okay, this link doesn't work for some reason. I'm not sure why it's giving us different links, but okay, we can search for a hangover. We know there's definitely a trip. Okay, trip scene. Lots of different trip scenes. By the way, great movie. I'm not sure about this one. Wild planes, trains. This looks like something. Let's search for it here. Yeah, this could represent the word trip, like a plane. This one definitely. Perfect. So, there you go. If you have any questions, be sure to leave those in the Q&A section below. But other than that, I'll see you in the next video.
This is the introductory video for Adobe Premiere Pro. I will explain every single in detail later. So let's create a new project. give it some name. I will discuss all of these settings in later videos. Click on OK. This interface will open after creating a project. So these are the workspaces of Adobe Premiere Pro. You can change the workspace by clicking on them. So most of the time you will be using editing workspace. So click on editing workspace. So after seeing this interface, you are thinking that this is something complex. So no, my dear, this is very easy. So let me explain you. There are 4 windows, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this window is the project window. Here you will import your assets. Assets means your videos, your music, your images and all different kind of stuff. We will discuss this later. So let's import something. In order to import, double click on this area. So here are some videos I have downloaded from internet. So I will tell you in upcoming video how to download these videos from websites. All of these videos are CC0, so you can use these videos in your YouTube channel and also for commercial purposes. So select any video. Okay, I will tell you how to download these videos in upcoming videos. So let's select one, click open, and your file will be imported. Now if you want to preview your clip, double click on it. Here you will see that your video open. You can play your video. So what is the usage of this window? So from here you can cut your video. Like if you want a small portion of video, you can use this button. So click here and then click here. Now if you import your video, Premiere Pro will import only this part of your video. You can also play back your video. So there are very many different buttons here. I will tell you about them in upcoming videos. This is just an introduction video for Adobe Premiere Pro. So you have understand the source window. Now this is the timeline window. Here you will create sequences of your video. So let me show you. Drag and drop this here. And then again drag and drop this here. So as you can see that you can create different sequences in the timeline. So timeline consists of different audios, videos and text and musics. So this window will show you result of your video. So when we will apply different effects on this video, you will see the result of all of them in this window. This is the demo project that I have created for this course. So you can see that these are the sequences. Here are 3 videos, 1, 2 and 3, and these 3 are the 3 different titles, and this is the music. So this is called the sequence. Here you can move these titles, you can also move these videos, you can apply a transition to it. So let me show you the result. So this video is just an introductory video for the Adobe Premiere Pro, and thank you for watching. After opening Adobe Premiere Pro, you will see this window. This is the home window of Adobe Premiere Pro. Here you will see your projects. So if you want to create a new project, you can click on this button. If you want to open a project, you can click here. And if you want to search your projects, you can use this search button. So you can see that the project shows up. So this is the home window. Here you can apply filters and all of different stuff. In this video we are going to talk about the project tab in the project window in Premiere Pro. So after clicking on new project, this window will pop up. So here you can give some name to your project. I have given the name of class second. This is the location of project. You can change the location of your project by clicking this button. Now in the general tab you will see some settings. So the first setting is renderer. So you will see two different options. If you have a graphic card installed, which could be AMD or could be NVIDIA. So if you have AMD graphic card installed, you will see GPU acceleration OpenCL, and if you have NVIDIA graphic card installed, you will see GPU acceleration CUDA. So I recommend you to check this. And let's talk about video display format. It will display the whole duration of video in terms of time code, which is hours, minutes, seconds and frames. The second is frames. It will display the complete duration of video in terms of frames. So now the third is audio display format. Leave it to audio samples. We are not going to capture anything, so leave capture format to as it is. Now the second tab is scratch disk. So Premiere Pro will save the video previews, project auto save in some location. So it is set to same as project. So it will going to save the video previews in the location where your project is saved. So I recommend you to leave this setting as it is, which is same as project. Do click OK to start your project. So that's it for this video. Now let's move on. So before starting working, make sure that you are in editing workspace. Now you will see these for Windows. I have already explained you what are these, but that was just an introduction. Now we are going to discuss each of them in detail. So first we are going to discuss this project section. So here you will import all of your media files, assets, videos, musics, all of that stuff. So let's import some of them. I have already told you how to download these videos, so you can download them. Let's select some of them. Click on open. It will take some time to import files depending on your processor. So now these files have been imported. So you can see the thumbnails of these files. So if you move mouse over this video, you will see a small preview like this. You can do this with all of the videos. Here you can see the preview. Okay, now you want to see the details of these videos. So in order to see this, click on list view. Now you can see the frame rate of these videos. These are 24 fps, 25 fps, 29.97 fps. You can also see different details by sliding this scroll bar. This is the resolution of videos. Some of these videos have music, so this is the frequency of, this is the audio quality. You can say it audio quality. And this is it. Now there is a new icon has been added, which is freeform view. And so I normally use list view and icon view. Okay, now let's talk about source window. So here I have imported a new video which has some music also. So let's double click on it and you can see the preview of the file. So let's say if you want a small part of this video, so click here and then click here. So this part of video will be imported into your timeline. So in order to import your file, drag and drop it into the timeline. And as you can see, the small part of file has been imported. You can also move this and then import it again. You will see that different section of file has been imported. You can see the different section of file has been imported. So there are keyboard shortcut keys to set this mark in and mark out. Press I for marking, press O for mark out, and drag and drop it here, and that portion of file will be imported into your timeline. Let's say you don't want to import the audio of your file, so you can see there are two small icons. So this, if you drag and drop this here, only video will be imported. If you drag and drop this wave icon here, only sound of your file will be imported. You can also import your whole file by dragging this here. You can only import music into your timeline. You can drag only video into your timeline. So in this way you can create a timeline. So let's create a new sequence. So import our mountain file. Now it is showing that change sequence settings. So what is happening here is that the sequence every video has different settings like FPS and resolution. Now the file I imported, this file has different frames per second, and this file has different frames per second. So when we are importing this file into your sequence, so then Premiere Pro is asking us that if we want to keep the previous settings and we want to change the settings according to new file. So yes, we want to change the settings according to new file like FPS and resolution. So click on change sequence settings, and our file is imported. Let's drag and drop another file, another video, and so these are 3 different videos on a simple timeline. And let's say we want to use music from this video, so drag and drop only music. And let's say you want to copy this music, so you can see that this music is ending here. So press Alt and move this. Now your music has been copied. You can do the same copy thing with video. Press Alt and move the video with your mouse. You can copy as many times as you want. In Adobe Premiere Pro, a project refers to a collection of media files such as video clips, audio files, and images, and also the timeline sequences. A project is typically created when you start a new video editing project, and it contains all assets and necessary settings for your video editing project. Within a project, you can create multiple sequences, which are individual timelines that allow you to edit different parts of video independently. You can also use features such as transition effects and color correction tools to enhance your footage and create a polished final product. In short, a project in Adobe Premiere Pro is the container for all of media files, sequences, and essential settings that make up a video editing project. So this whole arrangement of clips is called sequence. So there are 2 ways to create a new sequence. You can drag and drop your video and create a new sequence like this. So a new sequence will be created from your video, and this sequence has the properties like FPS and resolution of your video. The other way to create a new sequence is to go here, new item, sequence, and here you will see different presets according to camera. So select any of them if you want. Now if let's say you want to change the settings of these presets, so go to settings. Here you can see you can change the settings like FPS, upfill progression, display format. Let's say we want to create our own sequence, so click on custom, change the timelapse to 30 fps. Resolution, we want to create a 1080p resolution, so 1920 by 1080. Aspect ratio square pixels, no field. Time code is 30 fps, which is like here, which is from here, and the audio sampling rate is 48,000, and click OK. Your sequence will be created. But if you importing your video into this sequence, this dialog will show up because the properties of sequence and the video are different. Now it is asking you that if you want to change the sequence settings or not. So normally no, always I click on change sequence settings, because if we don't change sequence settings according to video, then our sound will not sync with your video. So if you for example, if you have a video with music, your sound will not sync in your music will not in sync with your video. So since we have imported our video into sequence, thus this small icon is showing up here. This indicates that video has been used one time. So there are many different icons. So this icon is showing the sequence. This icon is showing that this video has audio, like this video has an audio. You can see that the small wave icon showing that video has audio. You can see the FPS settings like the 24 FPS, resolution, and audio frequency. Audio frequency. As you can see that our sequence 2 has 24 fps and our lighthouse video has 29 fps. So if we import our lighthouse, we have to change sequence settings in order to import our file properly. This window is the timeline window. So let's say we import our files in this timeline to create sequences. Let's say you want to zoom in, so press Alt and scroll up your mouse wheel. You will zoom in to the timeline. Let's say okay, so press Alt, and if you want to zoom out, press Alt and use mouse scroll to zoom in and zoom out. So make sure that your cursor is in this area. But if your cursor is in this area, this will happen. It will show you the thumbnail of the video. So let's zoom in more. So you can see the thumbnails of your video in the timeline. Now go to this 3 bar and click on video head and tail thumbnail. Now you can see the first frame of your video and the last frame of your video in timeline. And with continuous video thumbnail, you can see the preview of your video in timeline. So press Alt and mouse scroll up and scroll down. So normally I don't use this continuous video thumbnail. I only use video head thumbnails because we can see the preview in this window. From here you can hide your video. You can also lock your video. So let's say if you have locked this video, this entire sequence has been locked. So you can move this up and then lock it again. Now you can freely move this video easily. As you can see that there are only 3 video sequences available, V1, V2 and V3. Let's say if we want to create more, just drag a video over it. In this way you can create as many sequences as you want. You can also create sequences of audio. In this way you can create multiple audio sequences like here. So if thumbnails of your video are not showing up, you can click on this range icon and make sure that you have selected show video thumbnails. So there are these icons. This one is snap icon, so make sure to check it, because let's say if we import this video, it is not going to snap it to the end of the previous video. But with the snapping enabled, you can see that it will be automatically snapped to the end of our previous video like a magnet. Okay, so now one more thing, that this small icon, you can see this white icon, this shows the end of the video and this one shows the start of the video. So if we import a video which has been cut, so this video we are going to import this small portion of video. You can see that there are no kind of this representation in starting of this video and the ending of this video. This is showing us that this video is the part of a big video. It's the small portion of this original video, and this small representation is showing us that this video is completed, is being imported completely from start to the end. You can also trim your video in the timeline by clicking like this. This will trim your video. And let's say if you want to increase the length of video, you can also use this to increase the length of your video. Okay, so now you are seeing that we are moving our track, both audio and video track at the same time. But if you don't want to do this, click on this button, and now you can move the video separately and the audio file of that video separately. The other way to do it is to unlink both of them and then moving them separately. This small number is showing that this video has been delayed by 4 seconds. Okay, so we are increasing the video here. You can see that it has been increasing here. You can see, so both of them work in the same way. You can trim your video from here and here at the same time. Let's talk about organizing media files in Premiere Pro. You have already used folders in Windows in order to organize your files. So in Premiere Pro there are bin. So the function of bin is similar as folder. So let's give it some name, and now you can place your media files inside of this folder. Let's double click on it. So you can see that your folder has been opened, but your folder will open in a new tab. This is your project tab, this is your folder tab. So if you have opened a folder and want to return back to your project, click here. So here in this way you can organize your files. You can create as many as bins you want. See, you can also use list view to show the contents of your folder. And one thing also, you can directly import a complete folder into, and that's it. Your complete folder will be imported, as you can see. All the folders, all the files of this folder have been imported. This is the toolbar of the Premiere Pro. Here you can see there are different tools. So we were using the selection tool all the time in order to move our videos, in order to trim our videos. So selection tool is used most of the time. Press V on your keyboard to enable the selection tool. We will talk about all of these tools in upcoming videos. So let's talk about these two tools: track selection forward, track select forward tool, and track select backward tool. So let's talk about track select forward tool. You can see that after selecting this button, these two arrows will come up. So let's say we click on this video. So what it will do, it will select all of the videos including this video and all of the videos on the right side. So if we use track select backward, it will select all of the videos on the back side of your video. And now you can see that all of the tracks are being selected. Let's say if we want to select only one track, so press shift on your keyboard and click on the video. You can see that this only one track has been selected. Content of one track has been selected. You can do this from here. And so the shortcut of track forward tool is A, and the track backward tool is shift plus A. And let's do a little recap. Track select forward tool will select all of the videos from this video, including this video and all of the video in the right side. You can see we can see the right side. And the track backward will select all of the video in the left side. And if we want to select video of one track only, press shift and click on the video and select. It will select all of these things. So what is the benefit of doing this? So let's say I want to move these three titles. So what I can do, I can select these three like this. But is with the track select forward tool, press shift and click here. As you can see, all of my titles have been selected. Now press V on your keyboard in order to move these titles. Let's talk about rolling edit tool. So what we want to do, we want to keep first video, and we want some part of this video like this. So let's say originally it was like this, but we want to trim our first video, and we want that some part of this video will come out like this. So we can do this in two steps, but we can use rolling edit tool to do this. Okay, so let's select rolling edit tool and move this video. So that now with the rolling edit tool, the total time of our sequence remains same. Let's create a new sequence. So okay, so this is one sequence. This is first video. Drag and drop it here. Now we want to insert this video, a small portion of this video. press Alt and scroll and use your scroll. Press Alt and your scroll on your mouse to zoom out. Okay, so now what we have done, we have imported videos. We have imported a small portion of videos. As you can see that there are no representation on the end or the start of these clips, which is showing that these are not complete clips. So they are the small portion of their original clips. Okay, now we are going to talk about these tools, Ripple Edit and Rolling Edit tool. Okay, so let's click on Ripple Edit tool. Okay, so but before, let me explain you. So what we do, we want to trim our first video, and then we move this video here. So this took 2 steps. We can do this thing in 1 step. So I am going to undo all of this and then click on Ripple Edit tool and move it here. You can see that it has automatically adjusted the clips. You can do as much as you want, trim it. You can increase the length of the video. Okay. Now you can see the representation here. Now it is showing that video has been ended. We can't increase the length of video furthermore. So let's do it again. So this is the Ripple Edit tool. What it will do, it will trim the video and move the remaining videos according to trimmed video. Okay, now let's talk about the third tool, which is Red Stretch tool. So we have imported a clip. You can see that this is the complete clip with the representation on the start and in the end. Okay, now we want to use Red Stretch tool. So what Red Stretch tool does, if we click here and drag it here, so it will increase the time of the video, which means it is going to slow down our video. While if we decrease it like this, it will speed up our video. So if we increase it, it will create a slow motion, and if we decrease it like this, it will create a fast motion. You can use Red Stretch tool to do this, and the other way to do this is to select the clip, then right click and speed duration. Here you can see that our speed is 243%. Let's make it 100%, which is the original speed of the video. Let's go to speed duration again and click on reverse speed. Now our mountains, our clouds, our video will move in reverse direction. So let me show you in this video. Okay, so speed duration, reverse speed. Now you can see that our camera is moving away from the lighthouse. So it has reversed our original video. Okay. Now you can also change the duration. If you increase the duration, which means the speed of video will decrease. If you decrease the duration, the speed of video will increase. Now the time interpolation, there are 3 types of time interpolation, which is frames, sampling, frame blending, and optical filter. The time interpolation in Premiere Pro is a feature that allows you to change the speed of a video clip. It is used to create slow motion or fast forward effects, or to adjust the timing of a clip to fit a specific duration. There are 3 main types of time interpolation. One is frame sampling. This method simply duplicates the frames to extend the duration of the clip. It is used for slowing down footage without making it look choppy. The second is frame blending. This method blends adjacent frames together to create smooth motion. It is useful for creating slow motion effects. Optical flow. The third is optical flow. This method analyzes the motion in each frame and generates new frame to fill in the gaps when slowing down the footage. It is the most advanced method and can produce the smoothest slow motion effects. So the next tools are these two tools. So the first one is hand tool. You can move into your timeline using the hand tool. So there is nothing fancy about it. Okay, so with that zoom tool you can zoom into your clips. In order to understand our next tool, let's import some of footages. Okay, sorry for this. In order to understand our next tool, let's import some footages. So trim your footage and import here. Trim the second footage and import this here. And I think do a little bit more trimming like this and import the third footage like this. Okay, now the next tool we are going to use is the slide tool. So you can see the result. What is happening here, that the middle video is still, it is nothing is changing in the middle video, but in the first video it is trimming, which means the some part of first video is cutting and the some part of the second video is increasing like this. So but if we don't use this slide tool, but if we don't use this slide tool, so we can do this thing in 3 steps. First trim your video, move it here, and then again increase the duration of this video. So these 3 steps can be done in 1 step using our slide tool like this. Now the next tool is slip tool. I will talk about this tool in upcoming video. Let's use our slip tool. Okay, let me show you. Let's use our slip tool. So what will happen when we use slip tool? Let me show you. So select this lights video and trim it like this. Okay, so if we want to move our duration of this video like this, but we want to do this from here in timeline, we can use slip tool for that. Let me repeat. If we want to move our trimmed video like this, to change the duration, to change the contents like this, we can do this using our slip tool like this. So you can see when I move it in the right direction, you can see the change here. So it is slipping our video and nothing else. So we can do this with this video, we can do this with this video also. So slip tool is slipping our video. Let's talk about the pen tool. I have imported a simple video like this. Okay, so what you can do with the pen tool, you can draw shapes like this. So this is just a star. So with the pen tool you can draw different shapes. You can see that there is a graphic track has been showed up. You can, let's increase it length like this. Okay, so if you want to change the color and the strokes of this graphic, select the graphic track and go to effects control, and here you can see the vector motion, and here you can see the position of it, you can change the scale of it. So you have noticed the scale is not from the center because of its anchor point. Okay, now let's talk about changing color. So you can change the color of fill to any color you want. You can also give it some stroke. You can increase the width of the stroke from here. You can also give it another stroke and give it some different color. Like this. Let's give it a bright color, white. You can also give it one more stroke and give it a red color. So you can apply as many edge strokes you want. Let's disable them. This is the shadow. You can create a shadow of your object. So there is one more thing. If you place your cursor in this area and scroll with your mouse, you can play the video in forward and reverse direction. Try it by yourself. This is very fun to do because you can play the video by frame. Okay, now let's get back to the shadow. So here you can see that there is a slight shadow here. Let's increase its opacity. This is the opacity. This is the angle of shadow. This is the distance of shadow from your object. This is the expansion of shadow, and this is called the feather of shadow. It will smooth your shadow. So just a little recap. This is the opacity of your shadow. This is the angle of your shadow. This is the distance of your shadow from your shape object, and this is the expansion of your shadow, and this is the feather, or we can say that smoothness of your shadow. Play with it and do what you want it to do. Okay, I think that's it. You can also create rectangle, square, ellipse, and if you want to so as you can see that when we are creating new objects, the properties of previous objects have been applied to them. So you can reset them by clicking on this button, reset parameters. Okay, so why they are not resetting? Okay, so click here. This is the second shape, and this is the sphere. You can reset them by doing this thing. You can also add some points to existing shapes like this and move them. Okay, so creativity is upon you, how you do it. So that's it for this video. With the pen tool, you can not only draw shapes, you can also animate your clips. So let's zoom in here. Press Alt on your keyboard, hold Alt on your keyboard, and use mouse scroll like this. So this you can see that there is a little line here. Let's disable with video thumbnails. So this is the line. This line is the opacity line. If we decrease it, you can see that opacity is decreasing, and if we increase it, opacity is increasing. Let's animate it. With the pen tool, you can create some points on this line, like here, and create a first point. Create 2 points like this. and with the selection tool move them, and now you can see. So with the pen tool you can create this animation, and let's add more points, 3 points, and do this. So okay, so this is what we can do with video. You can also do this thing with audio. Since audio has no opacity, so it allows you to change the volume of audio. Let me explain. So this line in audio represents the volume of audio. Here you can see that level. So when you're increasing this value, the level of audio is increasing. So if you want to make a smooth start of your audio, you could use pen tool, like create 2 points. Let's play audio first. And now let's create animation, and let's play audio again. So as you have noticed, our audio has increased in volume in a smooth way. So you can do the same thing in between of audio. So I hope you have understand everything. So here you can change the opacity of clip using the pen tool, and in audio you can change the volume of your audio using the pen tool. While changing, you can see the values here. Let's talk about razor tool. The shortcut key to this tool is C. So what it will do, it will cut your video or music into, it will split your video and music. Let's say when I click here, it has been cut. You can do the same thing with the music, and now you can move these parts. But let's say we are cutting the single track like this, but if we want to cut the whole track like, so in order to do this, press shift, and now you can see the whole track has been cut. You can do the same thing again. Okay, and after cutting, you can use track selection to select all of the videos after the cutting. Now okay, one more thing, if you want, there are these some buttons. If you want to mute your track, you can use this button to mute it. You can solo this track. So if there are 2 or 3 or more tracks, you can solo one track, so that only that track will be playing. And this is voiceover recorder. Okay, so now we have our video. Let's say we want to import this file in between of this video, like in this place. So what we can do, we can click insert, and the previous video has been cut in 2, and the new video has been imported between of them. Let's do it again. Like I want to import our video in this area, click on insert. Okay, so now let's say we have a video with music. Let's try to insert it. As you can see that our music has been cut, but we don't want it to cut, so press Ctrl Z to undo it. Click on your audio, lock it, and then insert it. Now you can see that our audio has not been cut, and our video is running as we want. Now let's overwrite. So this is the overwrite button. So let's say we want to import our file, and let's say a small portion of it. Click on overwrite, and as you can see that our file has been overwritten without splitting in half and moving forward. So this is not splitting our file, and this is different from insert. What insert does, it insert in between our file and move the remaining portion in forward direction. But overwrite will overwrite the file without moving the splitted clip. As you can see that our clip has not been being moved forward. The shortcut keys to insert is comma, and the shortcut key to overwrite is full stop. So let's use it using keyboard, and then so here I have used insert and here I have used overwrite. I have already discussed on how to use razor tool. So let's just a little recap. Razor tool will cut your clip like this. So we can do the same thing using a keyboard shortcut. Move your slider here, but first mute the audio. Okay, so move the slider here and press Ctrl K. Your clip will be cut. Let's do it again. So it is splitting your clip. Okay, let's say splitting your clip, we want to do this thing. So there is a automatic method in Premiere Pro. So cut the clip and press Shift Delete. Okay, so let's say if you want to cut the whole clip, cut all of the clips, all of the tracks, so press Ctrl Shift K. It will cut all of the clips. So let's do it again for the audio, and select them and press Shift Delete. So it has automatically brought them back to the position where we want it. Before moving forward, I want to show you some websites from where you can download stock for video footages. So the first website is video.net. So you can download videos, templates, audio, a lot of stuff. As you can see, there are 1 million plus stock footage clips and Premiere Pro templates. We will talk about these templates in upcoming videos. So let's say you want to download this video. Okay, so before downloading you must check this attribution. So this is Creative Commons Attribution 3, which means you have to give you must credit the author, and you can't use it, and you can use it for commercial purposes, but credit is required. Let's check another video. Here you can see that there is no need to give credit to the author. So these videos are very great. You can use them in your YouTube channel. You can see that YouTube safe. Feel free to use these on your YouTube channel. So this is the first video. I want you to explore all of these videos, see what are the different categories, and then we will move to the next website. The second website to download stock videos is pexels.com. So this is the website similar to the previous website. Here you can download many different videos. So these videos are for mobile resolution. So let's click on this ledger. Here you can see that the resolution for your computer, which is 16 by 9. So you can download this video by click re-download, and that's it. So this is the second video. You have to explore the categories in this website also. It will also expand your creativity and give you new ideas. So here you can see many different and beautiful flowers. And the third website to download stock video is the pixabay.com. This is also the similar website. I have used the videos of this website in my course. You have already seen this video. So I have downloaded many videos of this website, and I am going to use them in order to teach you how to use Premiere Pro. So downloading the videos from this website is very easy. Click on them, click on free download, and that's it. These videos are free to use and no attribution is required. You can see the video type is MP4 resolution, FPS, duration. And now it's time to increase our level. So import your video. You can see the small portion here. If we increase the trimming of the video, okay, so let's import this video, unlink this music, we don't want it, and delete it. Now click on this video and go to effects control. You will see many different options here. Okay, so these are many different options. So what they will do, you can change the position of your video. You can horizontally and vertically, and the icon next to these parameters will reset this value to their default, like this, to this default. You can change the scale of it. If you uncheck uniform scale, you can change the scaling on X and Y separately. You can change the rotation, anti-flicker filter, we are not going to use it. And the next thing is anchor point. So before explaining anchor point, let's do one thing. Click on this eye, click on your video, and then double click in the window. From there you can change the settings. You can change the position. You can also change the rotation, like this. Now there is this small sphere in the middle of video. This is called the anchor point. So now video is rotating according to this anchor point. Let's move this anchor point here. Let's rotate this video. It will rotate according to the anchor point, and it will also scale according to anchor point. So let's reset all of them. Reset rotation, scale, reset anchor point, and position also. So we have reset everything. From effects control, you can change all of these settings. You can also change the opacity of video, like this. Let's insert another video. Okay, and let's change the opacity. You can see that both of our videos are playing at the same time. And the next thing is the blend mode. You can change the blending to multiply, to soft hard light, soft light, saturation. All of this depends upon what you want. Oh, now it's time for some animation. So click on any of your video and click on this stopwatch. So this stopwatch will toggle animation. Click on this stopwatch and move to the time some time forward like this, and change the position only, because we have applied the stopwatch on the position. So as you can see the line, and now our video is animated according to our keyframes like this. Let's say if we want to scale down this video, enable the toggle animation. This diamond will show a keyframe. Move to forward and decrease the scale to 30. And now watch the preview. You can see that our video is animated. You can do the same thing with rotation. Okay, 60-degree. You can also do the same thing with opacity, and like this. Okay, let's say if you want to edit your keyframes, you can change their position from here. And let's say if you want to change the value at this keyframe, move the time slider by holding shift. It will snap to this keyframe, and then you can change the settings. But if you change the settings in, let's say here, it will also create another keyframe. So you have to keep this thing in mind. Okay, this is that we have animated our video. Let's create something. Don't worry, we will discuss this later. And let's give it some motion, like scale, position, animated. Okay, so in this video I have teach you how to create animations in Premiere Pro. You can also animate the anchor point. Just do random things. Now it's time to apply some transition. But before applying transition, there is important thing you need to do. So let's say this is our complete video. So you must import some part of video, leaving these parts of video alone. Okay, so import it like this, and then import the second video like this, leaving some of part on both sides. Okay, and with this we can smoothly apply our transition. Now, but if we don't do this, we apply the whole video. So we have imported the whole video, and do the same thing for this one. We have imported the whole video. Okay, as you can see, there are no representation on both sides, so this is not complete video, but here there are representation on both sides, so this is a complete video. Let's apply transition. In this line, right click here and click on apply default transition, and you will see that the transition has been applied like this. So it is a smooth transition. So okay, so in timeline, this yellow line showing that this amount of video has been rendered and this amount of our timeline needs to be rendered. So if you want to do a video preview, press enter on your keyboard. It will start rendering video previews. it will take some time depending on your hardware. So let's cancel it, and you can see that our transition is smoother. This is smooth, but what if we apply transition here? You can see that insufficient media transition will contain repeated frames. So what will happen here? Like this. So this is a big problem, but when we increase the duration of our transition, this will become a big problem when we increase the duration of our transition. But what if we increase the duration of our transition here? So that's why it is important to leave some part of video on both sides. So let's delete these two because we don't want them. Let's say you want to edit this transition. So click on this transition and go to Effect Control. So you will see the transition here. You will change the alignment like ended cut, started cut, centered cut, ended cut. You have to experiment all of them to see what looks better for your video. So this thing is our transition. So what if we want to change our transition? So go to where we have to go to effects. This is the video transition. Let's say we want to apply a zoom, drag and drop it here. Zoom transition has been applied. You can change the setting of zoom transition from here. So let's say, so this little icon shows the zoom. Okay, so you can see that now it is zooming in this area. Move it here, it will zoom in that area. So let's move it to center, and when we increase the start, the transition will start at already zoomed video. You can see the result. If we move it more, you can see that our transition here will start with more zoomed video. So let's set it to 0. This is our end. This is our centered cut, started cut. Let's explore more different transition. So click on the effects tab and drag it drop here. So this is the cube spin. The next transition is flip over. Okay, so you can also reverse it, and like this you can change the settings of flip over from here. So this small button will show you the preview of the transition. You click this, it will show you the preview here. If you do this, it will show you the preview like this. Let's move to the next. It is additive resolve. Let's see its preview. The next is cross resolve. So this below outline shows that this is a default transition. Like we have applied this transition from here. Apply default transition. So this cross the default transition. You can select any different transition as your default transition, but leave it as it is. This is like dim black, deep to black. This is film resolve. I want you to explore all these different transitions so that you know so that you can know what transitions to apply when you deliver a project to your client. So you can change the settings from here, you can do a preview from here, you can change, increase the and decrease the duration of the transition. So this cross area, this is showing that you are moving beyond the point of your video, so the frame will freeze here. Okay, so there are many different transitions. Let's apply zigzag, cross dome. I think we have applied this already. This is patch beam. Okay, so that's it for all transitions. You can also download transitions from internet. Okay, so in this video I'm going to teach you how to use color key in Premiere Pro. You can use this on green screen also. So I have this image. I downloaded it from pixels.com. This has this green area. So this has this green area. We are going to remove this area from this image. So let's create a sequence from it and then drop it here. Okay, so the line video is under our photo. Okay, let's now go to effects, video effects and keying, and there you can see color key and drag and drop it to your image. Now go to effects control, select your green color, increase the color tolerance, wait for few minutes for it to get updated. Okay, so now it is updated. So our tiger video is in small scale, so let's increase its scale like this, move it, and then so position the video where you want, and that's it. Or if you want more better result, you can use Ultra key, drag and drop it here and pick your color. Just wait for it to get updated. So now you can see that without changing anything, you can easily remove any part of your video. It's time to create some text using the type tool. So this is our text type tool. You can use vertical type tool and normal type tool. So I am using the normal type tool first. So click on your video and give it some time. Give it some text. Increase the scale of your text. Change its position. Okay, so go to effects control to change the settings of this text, like position, scale, and you can also change the fonts of this text. So give it some better fonts like this. Change the color to you can also give it some stroke like we did in masking class. And you can also give it some background. So the first parameter is the opacity, and the second parameter is the expansion, and the third parameter is the edges. You can see the curve, and you can also give it some shadow. This is the opacity, this is the angle of shadow, this is the distance of shadow from your object, this is the size of your shadow, and this is the feather of your shadow. Let's use vertical type tool. Like this. You can also increase the text size here. From here you can change its alignment, like you can change its alignment from left align to center align and the right align. And let's select this text. Okay, so this text, and you can increase the spacing between the characters, and you can do many things using these different tools. I want you to use all of them and see what they can do, and increase the possibilities of your work. You can also animate this text like this. And after moving to the next, okay, so in order to animate the text, you have to change the transform here. Sorry. Okay, so you can animate the text. So select the text here. And then create a keyframe on your position, move it forward, and yes, so in this way you can animate your text. You can change its opacity, you can also see the text here. In this video, I am going to teach you how to create rolling text in Adobe Premiere Pro. So let's create a sequence first. From here, select any of these preset, go to settings, change it to custom, give it 30 fps, change the resolution, give it square pixels. So we have created our custom sequence. Click OK. Now let's create some text. Now we have to give some names. You can type some names, or you can copy these names from this website, random name generator. So copy these and paste them here. Use Ctrl V to paste, press enter, and then press Ctrl V again. So in this way we have copied the names 2 times. Let's leave it as it is. Okay, now go to graphics workspace. Here you will see these templates. We will use these templates later, so don't worry about them. Now go to edit, and from here you can change all of the settings of the text. Like you can give it center, vertical center, horizontal center position. You can change the alignment. You can do a lot of stuff like you were doing in effects. Okay, now after setting your text and changing its fonts, all of the settings, select this empty area here. Okay, just click on it, and then you will see the roll button. Click on it, and your animation will be created. But as you have noticed, it is very fast. You can increase the length of this animation by stretching your video. stretching your clip like this. Now your animation has extended and it is slower. You can change this settings. So if you don't check this end of screen, so text will not complete until end of the video, like this. So you can text the rolling has been completed, but if you don't check this, the rolling will not complete. And that's it for this video. You can also change the settings of position, scale, rotation, all of this from here. So thank you for. So in this video I'm going to teach you how to legacy titles in Premiere Pro. So I have started an empty project. So let's create a legacy title. Go to new and then create legacy title. From here give it some resolution, time base, pixel aspect ratio, give it some name and click OK. So this window will pop up. You have to move these windows so that it properly fits your view, like this. So let's create a text. Just click on this type tool and click on here. Okay, now I want to place it in the center. So there are these two tools here, and now I want to increase the size of this text. So you can increase the size of it from here, or you can scale it from here. Press Alt and Shift on your keyboard to scale equally. Now from here you can change the position and opacity, like these types of settings of your title. The next thing is properties. So here you can change the fonts of your title, font style, font size. You can change the aspect like this. You can use leading kerning, like place your cursor in the middle of any two characters and use kerning like this. It will increase the space between only two characters. And let's say if you want to increase the spacing between all of the characters, you can use tracking. The next thing is baseline shift. It will shift the text above the baseline like this. This is the baseline and your text will be shifted upward if you give it the positive value, and if you give it negative value it will be shifted downward. So let's give it a value of 0. Slant will give it skew. Small caps is not doing anything right now. You can give it underline. The next thing is distort. You can give it some distortion. So it will create the font type of titles. This is something cool. I like this one. So I want you to play with it and create some amazing text. Now the next thing is fill type. So you can give it some fill and disable the fill from this checkbox. So right now we have given the fill of solid, so you can give it some color like this, and you can give it a gradient. So gradient, there are two keys. There is the first one is here, the second one is here. Give it different colors. Okay, so you can give it fill like this. You can give it a radial gradient, and you can also give it 4-color gradient. You can also give it some bevel. So what is this bevel? This bevel will create a 3D look of your character. Like this. So it will give your title a 3D look. You can change the balance, all of these settings from here. I want you to play with them. So let's apply a linear gradient, solid give it some color. Okay, now the next thing is stroke. Give it some outer stroke, and you can do this thing with it. So you can remove the fill and left the stroke only. But we don't want any stroke, so let's disable it. The next thing is shadow. You can create shadow like we did in previous session, like this. The next thing is background. You can give it some background. Change the opacity of background. The next thing is sheen. So here is the sheen. So you can see there is a streak here. So increase the size of it and decrease the opacity of it, like this. So this type of sheen looks better in text. So that's the legacy title. Now if you want to import it into your timeline, you have to close this window and drag and drop it here, like this. But you will not be able to change the setting of text from the effects control because this is the legacy title. So if you want to change it again, double click on it. There are more settings like this, like alignment. This is the center. Now the next thing I want you to tell is that you can create a text on a curve. Like this. And let's do it with the second type of curve. So I want you to play with it and see what kind of things you can do. These are the presets, already made preset. So you can apply any of them by clicking on them. They will update all of the settings according to your preset. And these are the shapes. You can create these shapes from here, but you can't give them gradient like we are giving them here. So this is the line. So that's it for this video. This is just a basic thing in Premiere Pro because you are not going to use legacy title too much, because if you want to create motion graphic you have to use After Effects for that, but you can't use Premiere Pro in order to create animated titles and all this kind of stuff. So thanks for watching. So in this video we are going to animate our legacy title. So let's create a legacy title first. Go to File, New, Legacy Title. Okay, and just wait for a few minutes. Okay, now set the windows like this. So let's copy some text. Okay, so I have copied some text and pasted them there. So this is what small caps do. It will give. Okay, now if you want to animate it, go to this option here, go to roll left. You can also create a roll animation here, but let's create a roll left and make sure that you click on start of screen and end of screen. So in the beginning of video there will be text in the screen. At the end of the video there will be no text. So let's animate it. So now you can see that our text is animated. Okay, let's disable these things. Okay, now if you want to import it into your timeline, just close this, drag and drop it here. Now you can see your title animation like this. So now you can see that it is moving in the wrong direction. So in order to fix it, you can choose scroll or left and use end of screen, start of screen, and close it. Now you can see that our text, there is no text in the beginning of video. And yes, in this way you can create this kind of animation. You have already seen this kind of animation in news channels. So let's position it down like this. A global computer network providing a variety of information. So this is the definition of internet. I have copied the definition of internet. So anything else? Let's disable the fill, add inner stroke, change the color to white like this, and let's create outer stroke. Let's see what it can do, and click close. So the possibilities are endless what you can do with the using Premiere Pro. So let's create a rolling animation. Okay, so I have reset it. Now let's create a roll animation. Click on your text, and I have pasted the titles here that I have copied. So let's center it like this, and let's create a roll animation. Click on roll and click OK, close it, and now your roll animation is created. If you want to speed up, you have to increase the length of this clip. It will speed up the animation. If you want to slow it down, you can increase the length of your clip. So in this way you can animate your titles in Premiere Pro. So in this video I'm going to teach you how to create easy ease animation in Premiere Pro. So easy ease is a kind of animation that looks much better than linear animation. So let's start creating it. This is our simple footage. Now let's create a text on it. The CLOUDS clouds. Increase the scale of it. Okay, it looks good. Now let's animate it. Create a keyframe or position on the first frame and make sure that your title is out of the video like this, and go to once, and after 1 second move your title back into your video like this. So let's play it. So this is how it looks like. Okay, let's play it again. Okay, now let's give it some smoothness. So select all these keyframes and right click on it, go to temporal interpolation and change it to Bezier. Now play it. So it's a little bit smoother, but we don't want this. So expand this. Now you can see here. So again select all of them, change to Bezier, and now create your curve like this, and then in this way you can create an easy ease animation. Just a little recap. Okay, so select your keys. First go to temporal interpolation, change it to Bezier. Go to spatial interpolation, change it to Bezier. Then expand this. Here you can see the straight line, so select, move it in downward and draw this tangent like this. Okay, your curve should look like this, and let's play it. So in this way you can create easy ease animation in Premiere Pro. So in this lesson I am going to teach you how to create a fading text in Premiere Pro. So let's create a sequence first, and now create a text. So let's give it some name. Go to Effects Control, select the selection tool and scale it and place it wherever you want. Okay, that's good. Now create a mask. Okay, click on it and then drag and drop this mask here. Now change all of the points so that they cover the whole title, and make sure to give this space between title and the mask. This is important. Okay, now let's animate it. Create a keyframe with the mask path. Move the time slider in forward direction. Select the mask and then move these 2 points like this. So as you can see, keyframe has created. Let's play our video. Now you can see it's kind of linear vibe. Let's give it some smoothness. So increase the mask feather. Increase it more like this. So let's play it again. And now our text is fading. You can also reverse the animation by moving these keyframes like this. And now your animation is reversed. So you can apply 3D effects to your video. I have imported just a simple video here. Now go to effects and drag and drop this basic 3D. And from here you can change the settings like this. So this will convert your video into a 3D plane. You can also apply effects on other effect. So here let's apply lens flare to it. So the lens flare is just a basic in Premiere Pro. There are only 3 types of lens flare present. You can change the brightness of lens flare like this. You can create lightning in Premiere Pro like this, and increase the segments. So our lightning is animated but it's not visible. Let's give it the full. In this way you can create the lightning effect in Premiere Pro. It is very great effect. You can create so many things with it. You can also apply some distortion. Let's just apply some distortion. So delete the previous. So you can apply distortion like spherize and give it some value. Let's animate it. At the frame 0, create a keyframe. At the last frame, give it some value of 1000. Now let's play our video. You can see that sphere is creating. So I want you to apply all of these effects and see what they can do, because there are many things you can do with this effect. Some things I may have missed. So I have created the sequence from my own video of this course. So let's do some auto captions on it. So in order to do it, go to window and then go to text and just see. So here it shows up Now click on transcribe sequence. Select the language, speaker labeling, and click on transcribe. Just wait for a few minutes. So this is the transcribe. As you can see that it is playing with your video. So let's click on it in order to create captions from it. Here you can change all of the subtitle settings and styles and minimum length in characters, gap between captions, all of these settings. Click on create captions. It will take a little time, and voila, within few minutes we have created some captions using Adobe Premiere Pro. You can also edit these captions from here and add anything you want. So you can merge them, and now you can also export them to text file, and you can disable check spelling in order to use your own words. Like ChatGPT, it will automatically correct that word, so you have to disable this check spelling in order to use that word in your captions. So we have created text captions in Adobe Premiere Pro. Now we want to edit the position and all other different properties of these captions. So what we can do is to select all of these, complete all of these captions, and go to Essential Graphics. This will open. Now you have to go to Edit, and from here you can change the settings of this text. So let's set it to in the middle of our footage. Change its font to something cool, something better, like this. Now you can change the size of them. Yeah, let's give it different fill. You can also give it some shadow. And all of these settings will apply to all of the text in this track. Okay, you can also edit only one text, like this. Select only one of it and give it a different color in order to highlight it, like this. So in this way you can edit your captions in Adobe Premiere Pro. In this video I am going to basics of color correction in Adobe Premiere Pro. So I have imported this video. This is just a simple video. You can search internet for the raw footages for color grading. So this is a raw footage. So let's do some color correction. In order to do color correction, go to Window, Workspaces, and change the workspace to color. This will give you more controls over color correction. Now there are some presets, and I want you to try as much as you can. So these are the presets. So let's set it to none. Now from here you can change the intensity. You can increase the sharpness, you can increase the vibrance, you can increase the saturation, you can give it a tint balance. And now the curves, create 3 points and create curves like this. Okay, create curve like this, and there is no need to change all of them because there are some advanced topics. Here you can give it some vignette. So vignette, so I don't like it, so disable it. So let's say this is our original video, and after color correction, this is how it looks. So color correction is a great method to improve the quality of your video. So this is just a simple introduction to the color correction in Adobe Premiere Pro. These are the some graphs, but I don't. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. So I have created the sequence from the video that we have used in previous video of color correction. So in order to do color correction, go to Window, Workspaces and Color. Then there you will see this panel, and there you will see this auto button. So this feature is available from Adobe Premiere Pro 2023 version. So make sure that you have the latest version of Adobe Premiere Pro. So just click on it. It will automatically adjust all of these settings. Now you have to do the little work. Increase the saturation, decrease the exposure, increase the contrast, shadows, whites, like this. And now you can see the difference. This is without color correction, and this is with color correction. So with the help of this panel, we have did some color correction within few seconds. And now let's talk about masking. So I have imported two clips, this one and this one. I have not changed anything else. So select this clip, and you can see there are three options. So you can, let's select first one, clip. So this mask has been created. So you can drag and drop the mask anywhere you want. Make sure that hand icon appear. You can see note the change in cursor. So the first is mask path. We will discuss these dragging options later. Then the second thing is mask feather. You can increase the smoothness of your mask like this. You can also increase the smoothness of your mask from here. Okay, now the next thing is mask opacity. You can change the opacity of your mask. The next thing is expansion. You can expand your mask and decrease the expansion of your mask. So increase the opacity, decrease the mask feather, and the next thing is inverted. So you can do this with your mask like this. So let's animate our mask. Turn the toggle animation and move the time slider. Select mask and then move it here. You can see that our mask is now animated. Let's uncheck invert. Okay, so this is our mask and this is our background layer. You can also create animation on mask expansion like this. First decrease the expansion. So first decrease the expansion so that we can see no video here, and then increase it like this. You can also create another mask on the same layer like this, and also you can change its properties like expansion, feather. Let's play our video. You can do many interesting things with this mask. Let's dig deeper in Premiere Pro. So this is our project window. Here you can see there are many different tabs. So this tab is the bin tab, which we have created this lemon here. And if we open the mountain, it also create another tab. So this belongs to the project tab. These two tabs belong to the project. The third one is media browser. You can browse your computer using the media browser and import your files directly. This one is a library. You have to log into Creative Cloud account in order to use the libraries. And this is the info tab. So if we select this video and go to info, it will show all of the details of this video, like the video consists of 29 frames per second, its resolution, square pixels, the channel of video which is stereo. So all of these settings. This is the effects panel. I will discuss all of them in upcoming videos, so don't worry. This is the markers, and this is the history that what we have done. We have did some rate stretch, change the clip speed, override. You can undo them, you can redo them. Okay, so if you want to undo, click this, it will undo all of them. If you want to redo, click here, it will redo all of them. Okay, this is this window. Now let's talk about this window. So here you can create markers in your video. So this is the add marker. Click it to add marker to your video, and when you import your video in your scene, these markers will be visible. And press shift, hold shift on your keyboard, and you will directly snap to the markers. And I have already told you mark in and mark out. This is the play, stop, step forward 1 frame. It will move to the end of the video, it will move to the start of the video. This is the insert, this is the override, and this is used to export this frame into the following format. And you can give it some name, and you can change its save location. It will save this frame from the video. And this is the effects control. We will discuss this later. This is the audio clip, and this is the metadata, and this contains all of the details about our sequence and all of the details about our files, like file properties. This is our program window. You can zoom in and zoom out from this scroll down menu, or you can also create markers. You can also create in mark in and mark out. Don't worry about this, we'll discuss this later. You can use this button like you are using these buttons here, moving to the start of the video, moving to the end of the video. So we have created our mark in here, so it will move to this location, not the start of the video. If we move it here and then do it again, it will move to this location. Okay, and this is lift and extract. This is going to export. This is the export frame, same thing I have explained here. And this is the you can change the resolution. If you want to get quicker preview, you can change the resolution. You will see more smoother preview. If you change it to full, it will increase the quality, but it will be a little bit slower. As you can see, it is little bit slower, but when we do 1/4, it is much faster. Rendering in Adobe Premiere Pro is the process of creating a final video output from edited footage. When you edit videos in Premiere Pro, your computer needs to play back multiple layers of audio and video in real time, which can cause playback issues if it struggles to keep up. To resolve this issue, you can render your timeline. There are two types of rendering: preview rendering, which creates temporary video files for smoother editing playback, and export rendering, which produces a final video file for distribution. By customizing the render settings such as codec resolution, bitrate, you can optimize your editing experience and produce high quality videos that meet your specific needs. Now it's time to render our video. So let's say I want to render only this portion. So what you can do, you can select this portion and press question mark on your keyboard. So it will select only this portion, and then you can go to export media and render and you can render only this part by using export media. But if you want to render the whole video, you can just go to file and export media. But if you, let's say if you want to render some portion of this video, so you can do the same thing like we did in the source window. Just click marking to create a marking, and then click mark out. It will create a mark out, and then you can go to export and media to render this portion of this video. So there are 3 ways to render. I have told you every single of them. Now it's time to actually render our video. So go to export media, just wait for a few minutes so this window will open. Now there are many settings to go through. So let's first, you can check match sequence settings, but I don't recommend you to do that. You can see the preview of your video here. You can trim your video here like this. Okay, now the best format to use is H.264. I always use it, so I recommend you to use the same preset. You can use match source high bitrate, medium bitrate, adaptive high bitrate. So I normally use adaptive medium bitrate, so it will automatically adjust the bitrate according to the frame of the video. So click on it. This is the output name. You can change the directory of output from here. You can also only export audio. You can only export audio, or you can only export video. Okay, now this is the effects panel. This is the video panel. From here you can change all of these settings. If you click on it, it will match the source of your video. And the important thing here is the bitrate. So if you increase the bitrate too much, you can notice the size of file is increased. So I recommend you to don't increase the bitrate too much, because it will not increase the quality of your video too much. So just do like this. So there are 2 types of bitrates: constant bitrate. So it will apply a constant bitrate to your whole video like this. Medium bitrate, and if you want to, and you can apply variable bitrate. It will apply a adaptive bitrate to your video like this preset. So now just click on export. It will start rendering your video. There are you can change the audio codec, audio sample rate, all of the bitrate, all of these settings. So that's it for the rendering. It is very easy to do in Premiere Pro. So if you have Adobe Media Encoder installed, you can also queue rendering in Media Encoder, and after QE rendering you can continue working in Adobe Premiere Pro. But if you export render, you can't work on Premiere Pro and render at the same time. So the next website is mixkit.co. This is another amazing website. You can download stock videos, stock music, sound effects, and video templates, all of them for free. All of these things are available. Okay, so all of these things are free. Go to templates and go to Premiere Pro, and these are some templates. So let's use which one. You can also search YouTube, and these are the YouTube templates. You can use them in your video. So let's use this one because this is mostly used. So download this free template. So the zip file will be downloaded. You have to extract it. Then you will import this file in your Premiere Pro. So now let's go to Windows, change the workspace to graphics, because we are going to use the presets of these presets. Okay, so let's click, drag and drop it here, and this is showing that these text are missing from my computer. So it will load the default text like this. And if you want to change this text, go to edit, click on it, and coming up text, change it to any text you want. And now let's play it again. You can also use this preset. This is a credit preset, and then this one, this is just a normal preset. There are many presets for you to use. You can change all of the settings for example, name, minute. You can change all of the settings by going into edit section. So let's delete all of them and let's see what others can do. So this is just a basic animation. If you have used After Effects, you can create some great animation in After Effects with the text. So I am also working on a course of After Effects. This is your title episode. Let's see something amazing. Just wait for some time. Click OK, and this is our gaming template. You can use it for the background of your video. So if you want to show the preview, you can hover your mouse, you can hover the cursor over the video and you can just move it like this slowly. Let's do this thing with this one. Just hover your mouse cursor over it. So it's not animating. Let's import it. Click OK. Now I want to change the text of screen. Just give it, and that's it. You can all of these presets on your YouTube channel or any kind of editing, because you are free to use them as you want. Adobe Sports. Click OK and then run the video again. So you can all change the settings here. You can change the shield design. You can hide the shield. You can change the color. So the possibilities are endless what you can do with Premiere Pro. Now move to Adobe Premiere Pro. Change your workspace to graphics by going into Windows and change it to graphics, and then go to browse and then click it. So this is the file imported. So here you can see that our file has been imported. Drag and drop it here. It will load the motion graphics template. Click OK. Okay, so just play your video. As you can see, it has music also, so it's free to use. Let's enable our video like this. So this red area is showing that this area is not rendered. So press enter on your keyboard in order to render preview this area. So it is rendering the video preview. So in this way you can use motion graphics template in Premiere. It's time to dig deeper in effects of Adobe Premiere Pro. So I have imported this clip. Let's create a sequence from this clip. So right click on it and you can click on here new sequence from clip. It will automatically create a clip according to sequence according to your clip. Okay, so now what we want to do, we want only red color in our video. So to do this, create an adjustment layer. You can also apply the effect on this layer, but I prefer applying it to adjustment layer. Drag and drop it here, increase its length. Now go to effects and type leave color and apply this color to adjustment layer. Now go to effects and controls. So select one color with what you want to leave and increase the amount. Now you can see the small dots of red color. Let's increase the tolerance. So it's not working right here. So change the RGB to view and decrease the tolerance. So now you can see only red color is visible, but all of the other colors are in black and white. So this is the good way to identify a unique thing in your video to your customers. Now you can increase the edge softness and tolerance as you want. So I have imported this video, and let's say I want to keep the red colors only in this video and I want all of the other colors in black and white. So drag and drop this video over your previous video, and now your effect is applied on this video like this. You can increase the tolerance, amount to decoder, amount to decolor. You can increase the edge softness. So the possibilities are endless and depends upon what you choose to do. And as you can see, the color of this jacket, it is, you can easily identify it in a video. So this color is standing out, so you can use it in advertising videos in order to identify a product in a video. So in this video I am going to teach you how to record your audio. So go to the start of your sequence and then click this button. It will start recording. So let's click it. This is the timer. 1 2 3 4. And now as you can see that our audio is recorded. Hold Alt and use mouse scroll to zoom in like this, and you can change the volume like this. And also you go to effects control, you can change the volume and level, all of these settings from here. So this is just a simple video in which I have taught you how to record your audio. So in this video I am going to teach you how to use adjustment layer, mask effects, and also the effects. So let's start working on it. So I have imported a simple clip in our timeline, and now go to effects and apply. Let's create an adjustment layer first. So click on new and create an adjustment layer. Click OK, drag and drop it here like this. So what is adjustment layer? So when you apply any effect on adjustment layer, so all the clips or drags under the adjustment layer will be affected by it. So let me give you an example. Go to effects, video effects, blur, and apply blur to it. Now go to effects control, increase the blurriness like this. Now you can see that we have applied the blur on adjustment layer. See its effect on our video. Let's move our adjustment layer and see what happens. Okay, now you have understand how to use adjustment layer. Now there is one problem, is that we can see that these edges are black. This is the big problem. So in order to fix it, you have to click on this repeat edge pixels. Okay, so let's delete this adjustment layer and apply motion blur to our pixel video. Give it some blurriness, 20, I think 30. Okay, and let's create a mask and place the mask on the face of this person, because we want to hide the face of this person. So move the mask here, increase the feather of the mask and increase the expansion so that it covers the whole face like this. Now the face of this person is not visible, but when we play the video, you can see that mask is not moving with the video. So in order to fix it, you can use these controls. So are the tracking controls. Just click on it and Premiere Pro will take care of the complete tracking. Just wait for a few minutes. Now our tracking is complete. Let's play our video. You can see that mask is moving with the video. Now you can change the blurriness and change the setting as you want. Okay, but this is not the right way to hide the face, because when you hide the face, the effect name as mosaic is used. This is the mosaic. So let's use it. Delete our Gaussian blur. Then apply the mosaic. Create a mask. Change the scale of the mask by pressing shift. Okay, now increase the horizontal and vertical blocks to 50 like this. Increase the feather. Okay, so now we want our mask to move with the video, so let's do the same thing. So our progress is completed. Let's play the video. And now we can see our effect is working. So in this way you can use effect, apply tracking on them. You can create mask on them. So there are many different types of effects. You can use all of them, like so there are many different effects. You can use all of them. So that's in this video we are going to talk about some keyboard shortcuts. So double click on this area in order to import your clips. Drag and drop this clip into your sequence to create a sequence from that clip. So press space to preview your clip and press enter to render your clip as a preview. Both are different things. Okay, now select your clip, press Ctrl K in order to cut that clip, and then press Ctrl K again and select the middle clip and press Shift Delete, so it will auto arrange other clips. So this is your clip. Press only Q on your keyboard, so it will cut this part of the clip and move it backward like this. And if you want to cut this part of your clip, press W. Okay, let's do it again. If you want to cut the previous part, press Q. It will automatically arrange it. If you want to cut this part, press W. Okay. Press Alt on your keyboard and drag this clip in order to duplicate it. Like this, you can duplicate it as much as you want. You can also copy paste it. For example, so these are 3 different clips. So select them by pressing Shift, select it, then hold Shift and then select it. In this way you can do multi-selection. Then press Ctrl C and Ctrl V. Your clip will be copied. Okay, then do the same thing again. Ctrl C, Ctrl V, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. You can copy and paste it as many times as you want. If you want to play your video frame by frame, use arrow keys on your keyboard like this. So they will be played frame by frame. And if you want to move your clip frame by frame, press hold Alt on your keyboard and use arrow keys like this. Now you can see that your clip is moving forward in forward direction. You can do the same thing and move it in backward direction. Now for the next shortcut, press T on your keyboard. This will automatically select titles and you can create some titles. And then the next thing is Ctrl S to save your project, and then Ctrl M to export your video to create a render of it like this. So I have explained every single thing in this